Aloha, Pete Delete here again. I'm still going on the day of just living my truth. I'm about 15 hours in, and I don't know if you hear the rain in the middle of a massive electrical storm. And purposely today I was raising my frequency to get my creativity going, and just to talk about what people perceive as mental illness and the manic phase. But I've been training for years now to stay in it, dwell in it, and as I said before, I believe it's meant to be our natural state. In ancient times, before religions, people just lived in harmony with nature and knew about the cycles of the moon and the phases of the earth. And here today, it's sort of coming into summer, so the frequency of the southern hemisphere is raising, not long after a full moon. So I'm very sensitive to these energies now, and I think the more sensitive you are, the more you feel it. Again, in our culture, we're not told about these things. It's just often in cities and that, they've given it a label now, SAD, seasonal affective disorder. It's not a disorder, it's just how the planet is. And in nature, and we are just a part of nature, when the winter time comes, everything shuts down, trees die off, they conserve energy for when it's springtime again, and that's how we're meant to be living, I believe. And my energy fluctuates in the phases of the moon, seasonal, and I can keep a very high frequency. In nature, it's quite easy to do for me. A big lesson was for me to try and maintain in the city around negative people. It's huge. It used to have a huge impact on me. As a child, I didn't realise what was happening, growing up in London. I do now, but I've learned rather than be fearful of it. It's just like a radio. When you tune into a radio, and with us, the high, as you raise the frequency, it's positive thoughts, creative thoughts, and as the frequency drops, it goes down through negative thoughts, negative energy, and it's heaven and hell basically. The higher you go, the more you tap into your true self, and your third eye opens up, your chakras open up. And I've walked in past lives and through the astral planes and all these things. And again, coming from London, they didn't teach me that at school, that's for sure. In fact, they didn't teach me much at all, to be honest. But the journey has been learning about me and what's really going on with me. And in doing that, I'm finding it's a lot of people's story. The seasonal affective disorder, they just come up with a disorder to medicate people, bipolar, psychosis, all these. It's a spiritual imbalance. The world's so out of kilter where materialism, the new religion, is taken over from the Catholic-based Christianity. All the things they part as their religion to shut, the tantric teachings to use sexual energy to raise your frequency, and a lot of Indian cultures too. It's religions. It's the sexual energy is a big part of our being, what we're meant to be doing, and to be for that creative energy. But again, the Romans were threatened by anything that wasn't getting their taxpayers involved, so they made it sinful, sexuality and all this, and made it sinful, and put a lot of fear and guilt around that, and masturbation. So it's my energy was getting a bit scattered today. I've swam in the ocean twice, and again, not long after the full moon, the energy in the ocean is quite high. But with the electrical storm, it was just peaking a bit. So I tried meditating with my feet on the earth, but it was massive electrical storm. I just couldn't bring it down. So I've just come to walk in nature, get me washing in, just do a few really grounded things. And there's a pet emu here. I'll go and have a chat with the pet emu, and just get centered and grounded. And I can feel my whole body just like turn into light now. It's a beautiful hum. And at some point in the future, on this on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, I will not be creating out in the world, not be doing things. I'll just sit still and meditate and hold the energy in, and that is when I just have this beautiful, blissful state. The only way I can explain it's like 1,000 kittens just purring inside me. Blissful, truly blissful. And at that point, you don't need to do anything. I have to remember to eat, because I do have a body still. But it's a beautiful space to be in. And again, I believe that's how we all should be living. When you're in that pure love state, you don't need anything. You don't need anything from the material world. We just emanate love. And I think I've seen artists' impressions of Jesus. You know, they're sort of clutching at straws a bit, but just had this light emanating from his chest, and that's how I feel. You can feel it in newborn babies, and you can feel it. You can't see it as such, but artists can't paint feelings, so I have to put it visually. And I've had experiences where I've literally been turned into light. And early on, I was actually fearful that I would leave my body completely and not be able to return. And as soon as you get fearful, the frequency drops, and you drop back into your physical. But I'm not fearful of it anymore. I've learned to harness it and hone it, and live in a peaceful, blissful state. And trying to go for a walk in nature now, and hopefully talk to you soon. Have a good day. Bye.